Hey friends, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to get a great squash and cucumber no-fail crop. No matter what, you're going to have a good harvest. So today you're joining me in St. Augustine, Florida. It's 75 degrees and beautiful. So join me in the garden and let's dive in. So the thing to remember is that squash and cucumbers, they're in the same family. They both can like to climb, and I have this one in a container. You have to tie it by the stem here and anchor it to either a stake or some other trellis, and it will help keep it up so you get airflow underneath the plant, which keeps it healthier, and make sure that it gets plenty of water and sun. And see, under here, I have it tied up so there's plenty of airflow in the plant. And I have a nice little cucumber over there. I have it tied off with some rope, but you can use string, anything. This is a little female flower. You see the little squash it's at the end of the flower here. Flower's not open yet, but that's how you can tell that's a female. And the male does not have the fruit at the end, as you can see. This is a double one. There's no fruit at the end there. So that is how you can tell that's a male flower. And that pollinates the female flower. I have to hand pollinate these because I do have them inside my screened enclosure. That's how I got this nice little squash growing here. And it does get plenty of sun, and I make sure that I water it, but it doesn't get any pest pressure. And that's going to be one big way that you can ensure that you get a harvest. If you have too many bugs, squash vine borers, worms, all kinds of things that want to eat your plants. So I have these inside just for a little extra insurance to make sure that I get some squash this year, because they can be pretty rough down here in zone 9B. This is a female flower right there. You can see the little fruit on there. And what I'm going to do is show you how to hand pollinate. I've got a male flower from the same plant, and I just take the inside and brush it along the female part here. So that is going to pollinate this plant. And like I said, if you grow in a container, allow one plant per container so you don't overcrowd them. Give it plenty of space to grow. Cucumbers, if they're climbing, you can probably plant 2 per container. Make sure when you do plant them out that the soil is 60 to 70 degrees. And here you can see I have squash in the outside beds, and the towers that go way up high, those are cucumbers. They like lots of sun, but a little bit of shade once it starts getting really hot is actually okay for them. It gives them a little bit of break. I've companion planted in here with onions, some garlic chives, also some flowers, nasturtiums, marigolds. They actually do well around those plants because they attract pollinators and they detract from the bad pests coming in, that they get confused from the scent. So I have some peppers in here too. So planting next to other plants that are good for pollinators is good, because it attracts them and they eat the bad stuff. So interplanting in different varieties is great. And make sure when you first plant them, just plop the seeds in there an inch down, cover them up, keep them well watered. I usually make sure that the soil has some good of like organic fertilizer, like this kind right here. I use plant tone, and it'll break down in the soil and feed your plant. I usually do some fish emulsion and water probably every 2 weeks, especially at the beginning before it's flowering, to help strengthen the plant and help it grow the greenery part of it. Like this, I use the Alaskan fish fertilizer mixed with water, and I do that about every 2 or 3 weeks. In the organic, you don't, the granular kind, you could probably do once a month and you'd be fine. Just keep them well watered and make sure they're getting plenty of sun. Inspect them for pests and make sure that nothing's attacking them. It will eventually, actually, but if you want to throw netting at the beginning when they're little seedlings, that will help them get bigger without getting destroyed by pests. And you can see I have a lot of little cucumbers on here. And these are called parthenocopic varieties, which means they're self-pollinating. And these are ganoecious as well. They're all female flowers. So what will happen is every flower will get a cucumber, and I always plant more than I need because I love cucumbers. So does my husband. So we like to make sure we get plenty of them. So I plant more than I need. So if anything is taken out by disease or pests, then I always have plenty to spare. And I usually pick a few off, especially at the very beginning, to kind of give the plant a chance to strengthen itself and mature. These are perfect for me to make something with tonight, so I think I'll pull a few off now. You can hand pollinate these outdoors too, as far as the squash goes, even the cucumbers, but that would be kind of hard to keep up with. But either way, your companion planting is important, especially to keep bugs away. And the towers that I have these on kind of lift them up off the ground and allow airflow. And healthy plants keep diseases away and pests away better. This is inside my other greenhouse, and those are cucumbers in the back. They're also self-pollinating variety, and they are ganoecious, which means they're all female flowers. So I'll make sure that I get a harvest from this. So if you want to make sure you get a harvest, that is the way to go. Protect them well, especially when they're young, and different varieties will allow you to get all fruit from all female flowers, and that way you'll get the perfect harvest. I actually have a great idea for something to make tonight, and I'll flash that on your screen. I make a cucumber, onion, tomato salad. It's very fresh, and I put a few herbs in there with some oil and vinegar, and I shake it up and makes a great fresh salad for the summer. So you might try that tonight. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any comments or questions, please post them below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me again. Until next time, have a great day.